Hi, everybody. Welcome to Mike's Garage. Listen, I want to start out tonight, give a shout out and a genuine thanks to a couple guys who have joined in here and they made some comments. I appreciate them. Appreciate everybody tuning in and giving me your comments on that. It's really a lot of fun. I enjoy it. So, Big Shrimp, it's a real oxymoron. Nice to have you aboard, guy. Appreciate any comment you got. If you got a story, please try and share it. Private TJ, as always, good to hear from you. Nico Ballack, I don't remember hearing from you before, Nico, but I'm glad you joined in. I got Don Atkinson, Mike Klein, and Tub Digital. Those guys, appreciate your comments, appreciate you watching. If you have a friend or something, you want to get them entertained, have a call in. I hope it's entertaining. Try to tell you true stories, things that really happened. If you're going to put a comment on there or you're going to give me a story, let's keep it as close to the truth as possible. You know, truthful. Yeah, people do double check you. They check it out. I'm sure people checked out my stories to see if anything I said is true. So I always try to do that without embellishing anything. But I want to tell a story tonight. When you walk into a barracks in Fort Benning, and the same thing was true when we were in Vietnam and the engineers over there. The barracks at Fort Benning were World War II vintage. And what you did is there were two entrances. There was the main entrance off of the main road there, across from the headquarters company. And when you walked in that entrance, you walked down a hallway. And on either side of the hallway, there were 4 private bedrooms, okay? And the non-commissioned officers, that's the stripe where they have hard stripes. They have 3 yellow stripes or 3 yellow stripes and 1 yellow stripe underneath it, a half circle. They're the hard stripes. They're the non-commissioned officers, if you will. Okay. The rest of us wore specialist patches, which is a green patch with 1 or 2 stripes over the top. That meant that we had a specific job that we were really good at. Those people that had the hard stripes, the yellow stripes, were supposed to be good leaders, okay, which a lot of that's questionable too. But anyway, I digress. So when you walk into barracks, you walk past the 4 bedrooms, and then you get into the big open room, and there were metal lockers, huge metal lockers that you could lock, and double bunk. Everybody had a double bunk. I had a guy slept on top, I slept on the bottom, and so we were packed in there pretty tight. And in the back, you had one big, huge bathroom. No dividers, no stalls, no doors, no nothing. It was just an open bathroom. And there was a back door to go out the back to where the parking lot was, where some of the guys did have cars while they were there. And the trash in the dumpster and the big, huge propane tank for the heater, all that was out back. So anyway, payday. Let's talk about the money. That's the whole thing of the story here. Payday was once a month. You didn't get paid a lot. I forget exactly how much it was, but it was a couple dollars a day is what you wound up with. And because they gave you a room, they gave you meals, they gave you clothes, you really didn't need anything except if you bought cigarettes or you wanted to go buy a snack. They did have those lunch trucks that would come around and sell you the sandwiches or sell you soda, soda pop, Cokes, Pepsis, things like that. Or if you wanted to get down to buy some beer, you could go do that at the PX. So what would happen is because it was a 30-day payday, a lot of guys would run out of money. I mean, you spend all your money the first couple weeks. I know myself, I was a smoker at the time. I used to go buy 2 cartons of cigarettes, maybe 3 cartons of cigarettes, and lock them in the locker. Because that was a big trading item, actually, by the end of the month. Everybody was out of money. Nobody had money for cigarettes. Nobody had money for beer. But what was happening is the sergeants, particularly one of the sergeants that lived in the bedrooms when you first came in, he was a loan shark. Halfway through the month, the 3rd week of the month, people would be down there knocking on his door. Hey, Sarge, I need a couple bucks. Well, I'll give you 20 today, but you got to give me back 25 on payday. Or if it was a couple days before payday and somebody had a really desperately needed money, he would charge you 30. I'll give you 20, but you got to give me back 30. and he had a list, and he would keep the list there. Now, if you didn't pay, he would go to the first sergeant, who was his buddy, and you had to pay your debts. And that was one of the things that they were very particular about. If you didn't pay your debts, then you got in trouble. They could demote you. They could give you extra KP duty. They could give you guard duty and make you stand out front of the place. I mean, it was safe there, but they used to make you stand out front with a rifle. No ammo, but you had to stand out front with a rifle because you had to guard the place because you didn't pay your debt. So anybody that went there and borrowed money from him knew that you had to pay it back on payday. He'd be waiting for you. And it wasn't 2 or 3 days later, on payday, he wanted his money, okay? So some of the guys would really get behind the eight ball there. They would agree to take 20 and pay back 30, and then on payday, they wanted to renegotiate the whole thing. He wasn't having it. So you were in deep doo-doo by then because you had to pay it back. Same thing happened in Vietnam. You got paid once a month. If you watched any of my other videos, we got away from that because we had a refrigerator. And we were selling soda, 10 cents, 20 cents for a can of soda. We were even selling cigarettes down there too. So we had plenty of money. We had a cash flow every day. The truck drivers would come in the morning and buy 3 or 4 cans of soda and a pack of cigarettes. We had matches we were giving out. I mean, we had like a little store going on down there at the motor pool. So we always had some cash flow. But the guys that didn't have access to that, they were on the hook again, borrowing money from the sergeant who was in the private bedroom there, and he was making money. I mean, he was making 30% interest on some of the loans that he was giving out, payday loans. You couldn't carry it over month to month. You had to pay it every month. So that was one of the things that I didn't like that went on. And the upper management didn't seem to mind. They actually didn't care that was going on. I mean, if you couldn't manage your money properly and you couldn't get through the whole month on the one paycheck and you were stupid enough to go borrow the money and have to pay it back with heavy interest like that, that was your problem. And that's the way they dealt with it. So got away from that, like I said, because we had our own little entrepreneur thing going on. But it did go on. Some guys did get in trouble. Don't remember any fist fights or anybody getting their thumbs broken over a couple dollars, but they did have a way of making your life miserable if you didn't pay it back. Hope that was entertaining. It was a neat little story. I got a few more I want to tell you about what went on. And you know, we need more subscribers. I'm trying to update some equipment here. Could always use some more subscribers and some more stories to tell. I got a couple guys, one guy from Florida. I want to get back to him. I want to hear more about his the story he did when he worked at the Air Force Base there, Air Force Base in Florida, doing a bulldozer, pushing the dirt around. So I do want to get more information on that. Read the comments if you're not sure what I'm talking about. A lot of good things on there, okay? Listen, I don't want to bore you any longer. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching Mike's Garage. Be safe out there. See you next time. Have a good night. How do I look? I want to sit back and put my feet up.
You look like a midget.
And
Oh,
did you get it all? Will you take a picture of my feet?
yeah.